What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another War Thunder video. Today we're back in the dev server. 1.49 just went live, and we're going to take a look at some Great Britain planes. Remember, 1.49 heavily favors the Great Britain tech tree. A lot of aircraft are in this patch, so much so that I decided to dedicate this entire video to just Great Britain's aircraft. We're going to first start off with the premiums. To get two new ones, you get the Spitfire LF Mark 9, which is named after Plagis. Battle rating 5.3. It is a bundle, so you'll have to buy that on the website, on the War Thunder website, and not in the actual game here. It's got two Hispanos. It's got four 7.7mm machine guns. Take a quick look at the preview here, so you can see the skin. Very nice looking skin. Have you ever seen an ugly Spitfire? I don't think so. I certainly haven't. Here's the modifications. Not much for bomb load, but that's probably a good thing. You don't really use the Spitfire for bombing. Close that. Take a look at the next one. 5.7 battle rating. This is the Prendergast Spitfire. FR.MK.XIVe fighter bomber. It's got two Hispanos, two 12.7s. Take a look at the modifications. Get a larger bomb load, but nothing serious. Remember, you don't use the Spitfire as a bomber. Come on. Nice looking bomber, or a nice looking fighter, excuse me. Got bomber on my mind right now today. I just took a look at the Arado. All I can think about is bombers right now for some reason. After that, we go right into all the seaplanes. This is a very much a naval patch as far as Great Britain goes. We're going to start off with the Tiered 1 Sea Gladiator Mark 1. Four 7.7mm Browning machine guns. Take a look at this. Love the look of this thing. I love the Gladiators just in general. They have a really very cool looking design. Not much for options here. Pretty basic. No armor after all. Not a shocker there, is it? Next up, we have the Sea Hurricane the Sea Hurricane Mark 1B, battle rating 2.0, with 8 7.7mm Browning machine guns, with 2,800 rounds of ammunition. Looks just like the other Hurricane to me. Just with a different camo, obviously. Modifications, no bombs, lots and lots of ammo though. Got a couple ammo options. Not a big fan of the Hurricanes. I'm more of a Spitfire guy, I guess. We got the Spitfire, or excuse me, the Hurricane. Lose my train of thought for just a half a second. Alright, we got the Sea Hurricane Mark 1C, a battle rating at 3.0, with 4 Hispanos. Now we're talking. 4 Hispanos at battle rating 3.0. Oh my god. They really stick out outside the wing too. I may have to relook the Hurricane and how I feel about it, because you put 4 Hispanos on something, I'm gonna fly it, damn it. Got a great turn time. Modifications. And looks like we have a glitched out interface here. Yep, that's glitched out. That's okay though. It's all part of the testing. It's all part of the testing of the dev server. Next up, we have the FireFly F.Mk.I fighter bomber. Battle rating 4.0. Takes 36,000 RP to research this. It's got 4 Hispano Mark IIs with 240 rounds. Strangely enough, the Hurricane has more ammunition, 500 rounds. That's interesting. Take a look at this. And this is glitched out too. Okay. Alright, so we're having some problems with the dev server today, I'm afraid. That's this is the stealth camo for the right wing. Alright. And since this is a fighter bomber, you have plenty of bomb options. You got a couple of rockets even here. 876 millimeter rockets. Nice. Air targets. Yeah. Too bad we had this glitching out there for us. Still, very cool looking aircraft. Next we have the FireFly fighter bomber Mk.V. Battle rating 4.7. It's got 4 20mm Hispano Mk.V cannons with 640 rounds of ammunition. 61,000 RP to research this. And this model is actually working. All right, that's a sexy looking aircraft. And not just because we can actually see it, but because of the camo itself is actually looking really cool with the invasion stripes. That is nice. Oops. Not much armor. Got a plate in the back and a plate in the front. Got a big fuel tank there behind the driver, or the pilot, excuse me. Since it is a fighter bomber, you do have plenty of bombs and rockets. 8 rockets with 2 bombs. 8 rockets with 2 bombs. Got some interesting payloads. It just makes me wonder how many people are actually going to use this in realistic battles as a fighter bomber. Interesting clipped wing. There aren't too many of those in the game right now. Clipped wing design. Very cool looking. 4.7. Turn time is not very good. Climb rate is pretty poor. But those are just stat cards. Stat cards aren't exactly the most reliable. To be fair. Next up, we have the Ceasefire Mark 17. Battle rating 5.3. 75,000 RP to research it. It has 2 Hispano Mk.V cannons with 240 rounds of ammunition, and 4 7.7mm Browning machine guns with 1,400 rounds of ammunition. Very nice looking plane. Reminds me of the other Spitfires, or the actual Spitfires that are in the game. This doesn't look all that different from the other Spitfires that are in the game. As far as bomb loads, do have a couple of small bombs, nothing too big. And since it does have Hispanos, you have the air targets and some 7.7 options as well. Next up, the Seafire FR.MK.XIVe, battle rating 6.0, 100,000 RP to research it. It has 4 20mm Hispano Mk.V cannons with 460 rounds of ammunition. This one's got a decent climb rate and a decent turn time. Nothing. Whoa. That's an interesting prop design. 2 propellers. Interesting. Very cool. Modifications. Got some bombs and rockets, but you can't. It doesn't look like you can put more bombs and rockets on at the same time. You know, I've never seen a plane. Well, I shouldn't say that. It's been a long time since I've seen a plane that had two propellers. I wish I could take that out for a test flight. I wish I had a whole bunch of Golden Eagles at my disposal, and we can buy and research all these really quickly for the dev server. That's actually one of the things I'd like to see changed in the dev server. And give everyone like 100,000 Golden Eagles so they can spend it however they want, buy whatever planes they want, get all the modifications that they want, and take things out for a test flight. Leave the Golden Eagles on the dev server. Clearly state that they can't be transferred to the live account, and just be done with it. We could fly a lot more stuff. Next up, we have the SeaFury FB-11 fighter bomber. 5.7 BR, 89,000 RP to research it. It has 4 20mm Hispano Mk.Vs with 500 rounds, or 580 rounds of ammunition. Very cool. Very cool. I'm gonna love these planes. I can already tell. I'm a big fan of all the British aircraft. Medium-sized payload, nothing too crazy. 12 rockets, a couple of small bombs. Again, you're gonna use this as a primarily as a fighter. I seriously doubt many people are gonna be using this as an actual bomber in realistic, maybe in arcade, but anything goes in arcade. And next up, we have the Attacker Fighter Bomber 1, a jet at battle 7.7. Has 4 20mm Hispanos with the Mk.V variety with 624 rounds of ammunition. It's a max speed of 922 kilometers an hour, so it's not super high end. It's kind of in the middle. Yeah, a quick look at the preview. And the front kind of reminds me of the P80 just a little bit. Not so much the back end. The back end looks kind of funky. That's a weird looking design. I like it though. I'm interested in seeing that thing fly. Has virtually no armor, just a plate in the back and engine. Lots and lots of fuel tanks. Holy shit. Yeah, that's a fireball waiting to happen right there. Modifications. Got some big bombs here. 2 1,000 pounders and 12 76mm rockets. 76mm rockets don't seem to kill much though, if I recall. I think bombs are going to be the best way to go if you're going to take this out as a fighter bomber. And last but not least, we have the Canberra. Now, this is not a new plane, but it is a cockpit. Canberra cockpit. Let's go take this for a spin, shall we? Come on, War Thunder, you can load. I know you can do it. Here we go. We're gonna take off first. Make you wait in anticipation. Actually, I haven't seen the cockpit myself yet. This is the first time for me. Flaps and take off. I don't think I've ever flown the Canberra. I've flown the B-57 a number of times. Raise this gear. Ready for the cockpit view? Oh yeah. Somebody hiding in the back, yeah. I like it. I like the cockpit view. You know, it's really interesting to see them finally putting a focus on bomber cockpits. I think it's also one of those things that simulator pilots complain about is bombers aren't necessarily restricted to their cockpits, so it's very easy to hop in a B-17 or something or a IL-28. And just use a third person to back gun everything. It gives a distinct advantage to those who are using bombers rather than using a fighter, which is, you know, if you're using a fighter in simulator battles, you're stuck within the cockpit view. You can't look in third person like this. This would be easy as hell to use in a simulator battle. Of course, Canberra doesn't have a back gun, but you get the idea. We'll go blow up some carrier here. That'll be enough. Okay, it wasn't. It is on fire though. We'll go ram it for good. Right through it. Alright guys, I'm afraid that about wraps it up for today's preview of the British Tech Tree. I hope you all enjoyed. Which one of these are these new aircraft are you looking forward to? Do either of these two premium planes interest you at all? Both of these are named after aces from World War II. Plagis and Prendergast are both aces, and it's actually the same thing with some of these other premiums. They're named after aces. That's something I neglected to mention in yesterday's American and Russian tech tree video. All these new planes, or not all these new planes, but most of these new ones are actually named after a fighter ace. Anyway, guys, hope you all enjoyed. If you did, hit that thumbs up button. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. Take care, guys.